What's going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in to episode 6 of Beakin. I'm here today with the Beauty Boys. Chris, Adam, say hello.
And a 1,
Hello,
and a
hello.
2, and a skidly-doo. Adam, hit that egg shaker.
And now we're copyright infringed. Good job. So today we were supposed to have our lovely producer back with us, but his computer is fried, so we'll see Zach back here next week. Until then, c'est la vie. The show must go on. So today we got a great little show planned. First, we're going to be going over the new PWHL, the Women's Professional Hockey League. We've got some of our fondest NHL memories on the docket today. Going to be checking out some of our early award ballots, looking at the Hart, the Vezina, and the Calder. And of course, we got Puckdoku, hopefully, PWHL Part 3. So, but first, I must change into my jersey, so please make some small talk.
Absolutely.
Instead, I'd rather have a zoom in on that little
Reynolds.
cardboard cutout of Ryan Reynolds wearing a Pittsburgh Penguins jersey.
Yeah, coming soon for your
theaters near you.
2023-24 Pittsburgh Penguins team. Oh, that actually does remind me. So I did just make plans with my sister this past week to go to a game in Pittsburgh, the Buffalo one. Oh boy, hello.
Okay.
It's a little hint as to who my. It's a little hint as to who my ballot's going to be for.
Yeah. Oh boy.
All right. Well, let's just segue right into that. So let's go into our ballots. So first up, MVP. We'll do this kind of rotisserie style. So Chris, why don't you lead us off? I'll take second on deck, and then Adam, you can clean us up.
Yeah, so this might already lead into a good discussion because my Hart favorite for this season is actually going to be Austin Matthews. I think he's going to be coming off of a season where he wishes he could have done more. I think it's going to motivate him. I think he's going to have still a decent enough team around him. They've got, Bertuzzi's on there now. Domi's on there now. That's going to be hopefully a great team that helps Austin Matthews get another 60-goal season. And it's going to make, Connor Bedard look secondhand. Or I'm sorry, not Connor Bedard, Connor McDavid. Too many fucking Connors.
There's like two. There's two Connors.
That's the too many.
Three. Sorry, Connor
There's way too many.
All right, let's go through the Puckdoku of Connors. No, okay. All right. I got to go with my boy Connor McDavid. It's basically his award to lose at this point. The only way he doesn't win it is if he gets injured or if the writers have decided, you know what, he's got enough in this trophy case. It's going to be Connor McDavid, in my personal opinion. I like the Austin Matthews shout. I do. But there's NHL players, and then there's Connor McDavid. He's just something different.
There's NHL players, and then there's Connors.
And then there's Connors.
Different breed.
Yeah, it's Connor McDavid's award to lose. The only reason he's not going to get it is if you had an absolute behemoth level season from somebody else. You would have to see somebody match his 150 points this season for him to not get it, or you would need to see somebody backpack their entire team into the playoffs single-handedly. So it's going to be McDavid. Or, like you said, the hockey writers get really tired of seeing him win it, and they give it to somebody else, but he's still going to win the Ted Lindsay at the very least, which I think is more important than the Hart.
I mean, he's already won it, 3 times?
Yeah, that's a discussion we should have at some point, too, but the Ted Lindsay really is way more important. It's what your peers think of you.
I think the Ted Lindsay is more important because the players are the ones who are saying this guy is the best one. It's the NHLPA voting on it. It's the MVP from the NHLPA. And I think that's more important because it's the players. It's the whole PA. It's not just writers. At the end of the day, if you're announced as the MVP amongst your peers and enemies on the ice, that's more important.
I mean, let's not forget the writers. I mean, not to throw a writer under the bus, but there was a Pittsburgh writer who literally ruined a unanimous ballot this past season. So
yeah,
he should be thrown under the bus in real life.
I love his work. And listen, Seth Rohrbaugh, who is the writer, he owned up to it. I love Seth Rohrbaugh's work. He's a funny guy. It was just a really poor ballot, and it's listen, it is what it is. I've seen worse. It was egregious.
I think it was more or less poor circumstance because had anybody else not voted for him for first, we don't care about Seth Rohrbaugh's one vote.
Yeah,
it's just poor circumstances. caught him with his ass out. So
Anyways, on to the Calder. Chris, lead us off. Oh, also, just anybody who's waiting to see, Calder is rookie trophy.
yeah, no, not the Calder Cup. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna go Hershey Bears back to back. All right. No, my favorite for this one's also gonna be Connor Bedard. I was talking to Chris before the show started about what some of the betting lines look like right now, and the betting lines that I saw had Bedard first, Luke Hughes second, and as much as I thought about, maybe Luke could get it because of being on a bigger stage with New Jersey Devils. They're supposed to be pretty good all year. I think that the stage has just been set for Connor Bedard so nicely that I feel like he could have an okay season and still look fantastic, as long as he doesn't, take a dump on the ice every night. Um, you know, maybe it's his award to lose this year.
I think Connor Bedard's probably the unanimous one. Not unanimous in my book because I've seen a lot of good rookies not get it
Mm-hmm.
just based on sheer luck or circumstance. I'm actually going with who the Arizona Coyotes have maybe correctly called the best prospect in the world. I'm going at Logan Cooley.
He was
He's
third on
ready.
that list.
He's ready. He's played collegiate hockey. And it's a nice thing about familiarity. He'll be going from playing in a college arena to playing in a college arena, so there's no adjustment to be made there. So I'm going Logan Cooley the whole way.
Just to make it a little different, just because I think I like his line mates better and his circumstances a little bit better, I'm going to say Adam Fantilli.
See, I
who
thought
should
about him
have been
too, but it's
taken number 2
Columbus.
overall.
Now,
Yeah.
just real quick, Adam. I was
Yeah.
talking to Chris about this before the show for those who are listening, but
We had 30
so
minutes,
yeah, I mean, we only had 30 minutes because somebody decided to run to Walmart.
I didn't decide to run to Walmart just then. I'm sorry.
So
You're good.
we talked about this though. We said, Fantilli, do you think with Torts being Torts isn't there? That's my mistake. It's Babcock. I forgot. Never mind.
Yeah.
No, never
Yep.
mind. I forgot that Torts is now in Philly.
I have a feeling that, and it's going to be really contingent on how much of a leash Babcock lets him have in Columbus. But I think that there is more of a setup for him to be successful quietly than for anyone else. Because Connor Bedard, I think, is going to live up to the hype. Don't get me wrong. But besides Taylor Hall, who the fuck is he playing with?
That was sort of my point too with him. Is he's got Taylor Hall and
Andreas Athanasiou. Who was
They
that
had
guy
Corey Perry.
Who was that guy at the game last year that I said had a baseball player name? Was it Buddy Robinson? Something like that.
Oh yeah, is he playing for Chicago now?
I have no clue. I think the last I looked at their roster, he's not on it. But for all I know, he was sent back down. The very next game.
I like Fantilli's situation a little bit more, so I'm going to say that if it's not going to be Bedard, it's going to be Adam Fantilli.
You know who I would actually take as like a second favorite? Maybe actually put like $2 on? Matthew Nyes. He's played a little bit.
I don't think he will, though, because of the minutes that he's going to get on the ice. He's their third liner.
No, he's projected to play with Matthews. I don't know about that.
Really? Okay. If he's projected to play with Matthews, then absolutely he's instantly up into my top 5 conversation. But
what side does Domi play?
He can play center or left.
Line 1.
Yeah, well, if for
Domi's
injury, maybe.
line 2.
I'm not a big believer in Matt Nye's talent, and I mean, cold take exposed is going to get me eventually. I'm not a big believer in him. I think he's got the skill set to play in the NHL, but to be a star, I don't really know. If it's a down year for rookies, sure, but I don't really see him being some he's not Jason Robertson.
This doesn't feel like a down year for rookies.
There's nothing significant about. I'll say this for a different day, but there's nothing significant about his skill set that stands out to me. All right, moving on to the Vezina category and our last category. So, Chris, take it away.
I would love to say Tristan Jarry. I really would. I would love to.
But you'd be lying.
Yeah, I would love to even say Matt Murray because of the sweater that I'm wearing today. But shit, I forgot to make a pick. Fuck.
Right now, go.
Yeah, right now.
Gut reaction.
I'm trying to think through the list, and I mean, Ottinger is the one that sticks out the most. maybe Dallas plays a tight enough game that he's able to make a good case for himself. I forget who else is a goaltender down in Dallas. I mean, there is Matt Murray, the other Matt Murray, but I forget who the other guy was. So yeah,
It's the
maybe
Otters,
this is the year. This is the year of the Otter.
The year of the Otter. All right.
He only has to
I
beat
like
out Tristan
Otter.
Jarry for it.
I'll be so fucking for real right now. Anyways, after that, yeah, I mean, I like Ottinger a lot. I think, but they're gonna manage him this year. That's where my thing falls because I would have picked him as well. But and same thing with Sorokin. They're gonna manage him with Varlamov. Like they've got two good backups. I think it's
Oh,
Khudobin in Dallas. So I'm going with a guy who doesn't really have an heir apparent backup, and who's right there. I'm going UC Saros because. First of all, if you haven't do yourself a favor. If you haven't seen his like yoga workout videos, go watch him. He can literally bend in a straight line. It's kind of crazy. But also, I mean, put some respect on his name. No, I don't think Nashville's gonna be very good, but neither was Winnipeg last year. And I mean, Connor Hellebuck did Connor Hellebuck thing, so I'm going Saros.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a similar idea from you, and I'm gonna go. If he's not the winner, he's gonna be nominated this year at the very least. But I think you're finally gonna see another Vezina candidate winner, I should say, in Colorado with Alexander Georgiev. There he goes.
All right.
So my main thing with Georgiev though is yes, he has the defense in Colorado, but look at his numbers from last year, and he was slept on a lot. He was tied for lead in wins. He was top 10, top 5, I think. I know he was definitely top 5, at least top 10 in save percentage. I think he was top 5. He was top 10 in goals against. I think that he can do it. At the very least, if he doesn't win, everyone's going to say, oh, look at the defense he had in front of him. And I'll be fine with that because that's what they said about Varlamov when he was a candidate. And that's what they said about Grubauer when he was a candidate. Look at the team in front of him. But Georgiev is getting a lot more starts now, and he doesn't really have an heir apparent backup besides Pavel Francouz, who's been dealing with a lot of injuries. So I could see him playing 65 games this year and winning 45 of them at least.
You know, you might think I'm going to disagree with you super strongly. I'm not. I could see Georgiev winning it. I think of the past 3 goalies between him, Grubauer, and Kemper, he's probably got the most upside. The thing I worry about with him, again, is number one, he's still yet to play a full definitive 1A season. I'd like to see like 5-10 more games out of him.
You don't consider this past season it?
How many games did he play?
Let me pull it up, but he had enough games played to win 40 games.
Who was he tandeming
I'm looking.
with? Was it still Francouz?
Okay. I'm looking for 60 games plus.
All right, let me pull it up. Yeah. He was in the high 50s if he wasn't last year. Regular season stats, blah blah blah. Wins, Alexander Georgiev, pull him up. Oops, error 404. That's neat.
Yeah, the NHL site's been down for like the past few days. I don't know what the issue is.
All right, let me pull up his.
That's fine.
But you know,
Alexander Georgiev.
In all
when
honesty,
in doubt, Wikipedia.
In all honesty, Chris, if Tristan Jarry goes on, has a Vezina winning season, and wins a cup, are you really that upset?
Yeah, actually, I am because first of all, if some butts were candy nuts, if I had wheels, I'd be a wagon. But additionally, there is not a chance in hell Tristan Jarry is healthy enough, is consistent enough, or, for lack of a better term, is good enough. He is very honestly of the 32 goalies in the NHL, like number 15. He is just bang average.
I'll give you consistent enough. I'll give you that one.
Here is your NHL stats from Georgiev last year. 62 games played, 40 wins, 16 losses, 6 overtime losses, a 2.53 GAA, and a 919 save percentage.
All right, so
919's good.
I will take back. I did not realize he played.
Because Francouz got hurt. Francouz played like 15 because he got hurt. And Francouz, I think, is, when he's healthy, the best backup in the NHL.
But see, and here's the thing, though. You got to think like, and I think Georgiev has the skill for sure. I mean, look at Olmark. I mean, you don't need to have I mean, the best goalies don't always win the Vezina. You just have to have a hot goalie. I think most of the voters think like I do. Like, no, they're not really paying attention to Gorgiev. Because, like you said, with the defense in front of him, or they just don't realize the body of work. So, could he win it? For sure. I don't disagree at all. I think he certainly could. It's going to be an uphill climb for him. He's going to have a really, really good season.
Oh, yeah. If he's going to win it, like, I see a path to him winning it, and it would have to be he's sub 2.25 GAA, and he's above a 925 save percentage. Both of those, I think, are attainable. But
it's going to be, it's doable. It's doable. All right, well, that's our award voting. So let's get into we'll do our top 3 favorite moments. So if you don't have some prepared, I know you kind of came in a little bit late here. Take your time. The way we're gonna do this, so basically we'll go rotisserie style again, but we'll just do the 3 at one time. So whichever one of us leads off, we'll give our 3, a little bing 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 about it, and then we'll move on. Just to kind of listen. It's the off season. There's not a lot of news. We're just kind of getting some things. Every show's got filler. Your favorite show you watch has got filler. All right. Hopefully, we're your favorite show. Chris, you want me to go first? Do you want to go first?
No, I'll lead off like we've been doing.
All right, same lineup then.
This will be a nice little palette preparer
cleanser
for for the fans
Puckdoku.
that more modern. Because like I was telling you, with how recently I started watching hockey, I can't go back and find a whole lot of like genuinely my favorite without making it seem like, oh, I'm just picking this because it was like a fan favorite moment. Fans of the NHL entirely. Starting at number 3 with one of my favorite NHL moments was actually watching Ovechkin lift the cup. I remember I was attending a week-long training at a camp in the middle of nowhere, and I drove out that night of Game 5 to the nearest bar, which was still like 30 minutes away, and I got there, it was the last 5 minutes of the game. So, I mean, I got to watch them win, and just getting to watch Ovi lift the cup like that, just the sheer joy he had on his face. I really don't think I've seen that level of joy on, the captain's face in the years that I've watched since. And it sticks out in my mind as one of the most memorable cup finals I've watched the last few years. So that's number 3. Number 2, as another favorite, was when Gritty was announced and just getting to see that whole reaction. And I mean, even just seeing Gritty when Philadelphia plays, I love Gritty. Man, I wish he were my team's mascot. If you don't follow him on your favorite social media, why don't you? Like, love him, man. Love his chaotic energy. And then my number 1 top moment is Doc Emmerich's 2017 Eastern Conference Final double overtime goal call. Fresh from the bench is Crosby. Crosby on Kunitz, shot, score. Just the best, man. You go back and watch that whenever you're feeling down as a Penguins fan, it gives you goosebumps and lifts your mood right away.
When Chris told me before the show that he was picking Gritty, I was like, that's a really good show. No, those are all good ones. I mean, I think everybody liked to see Ovi lift the cup. And listen, Doc Emmerich's iconic. I hated when they took him out of NHL. I love Doc.
I miss Doc Emmerich in general, man.
Yeah,
I miss Doc.
Quit telling everyone I'm dead.
And
he's not dead. He's just not around.
Sometimes I can still hear his voice.
The NHL anymore.
EA, you need to pay him to come back for NHL 25.
All right, so I'll take over next. Good picks there, Chris. So I went a little more sentimental with one of my picks, but number 3, Stu Grimson versus Bob Probert, the saga. I mean, that was one of the greatest all-time fight sagas of ever. And I was watching, as a hockey nutcase does, at 2 a.m. last night, I'm sitting there watching Stu Grimson kick the absolute shit out of Bob Probert, which didn't happen all that often. I think Bobby got the best of him, but just a great series. Number 2, I went with the Flower. Both his farewell game and his welcome back. Just hearing them play the Struts, the one night only song, and seeing him cry, and just watching his former. I still go back and watch it. It's a great moment. Love Fleury. And number 1, I bet Chris money before the show, hypothetical money because I'm broke, but I bet Chris money before the show that Adam would have this as one of his top 3. I put TJ Sochi because I remember watching that at my grandparents' house and seeing TJ Oshie just shoot out goals. Man, he was a nutcase in the Sochi Olympics. Just 7 a.m. I'm dead ass tired, and just seeing USA take it there was just phenomenal. So that's my top 3.
that was actually not going to be in my top 3.
Mm.
I'm just going in general, and I'm going to have a sentimental one as my number 1. So shut up.
Wait, before you go, hang on. Before you go, Chris and I made a bet as well. Can I tell you what the bet was?
Okay,
on?
what is it?
So
Oh, yeah.
I said TJ Sochi, but then Chris said, and I quote, Adam's gonna have at least one of the Avs cups on there, probably the most recent one. And I said, and I'll bet you money he put Ray Bork on there too. All right, so let's hear your list.
Yeah. All right, then I'm going to knock it down to 3 to get it out of the way. If you love just feel-good stories, you gotta watch the cup presentation of the 2001 Colorado Avalanche. The story behind it, if you don't know, Ray Bork, Hall of Famer, I think most points by a defenseman in NHL history. Never won a cup in Boston, spent the last year and a half of his career in Colorado. He was fighting for it. He was playing over the age of 40. I think he won the cup when he was like 42, something like that. He was in his 40s. And Joe Sakic went to already win a cup in 95, 96. He goes and gets the cup, and he doesn't even take his lap. He just doesn't. And all the call was Joe Sakic takes the cup and just hands it off to Bork. And Bork gets to go skate around the ice, and you see his kids in the front just crying their eyes out and everything. It's a real feel-good story. They need to have a movie about that. Anyway, it's a good one. Anyway, number 2 on my list, I forget what it was gonna be. Yeah, I'm gonna go another sentimental one just to make Chris right, and I forgot what my other one was gonna be. Their most recent cup win is seeing Peter McNabb with the Avalanche in the celebration.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I still miss Peter McNabb's color commentary during Avs games a lot. They haven't replaced him yet in the radio booth. It's just been Connor McGahey, to my knowledge, since Peter McNabb has passed away. But watching him on the ice talk to all the Avalanche players in the celebration after he had gone through all those cancer treatments, it was like, it felt really good to see how happy he was for a team. Team USA, all the way through kind of guy, and blah, 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 all that good stuff. He's in the U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame for a reason. Peter McNabb, miss him a lot. And my number 1 pick, they made a movie about it. It's got to be your number 1, is the 1980 Miracle on Ice. It's got to be number 1.
I thought about that earlier,
but
but I was like, it's not NHL.
It wasn't even the finals. It was a prelim game.
Whatever.
If we're going outside of NHL and we're
care.
going to Olympics too, we can't end this segment without mentioning the golden goal.
Listen.
Of course.
Listen. Fine. If I'm going to keep it to NHL, I'm going to just...
No, you don't have to keep it to NHL, because I did TJ Oshie, but...
Yeah. But it's got to be 1980, because want to know something? Yes, it wasn't even the gold medal game. But you want to know who cares? Literally nobody.
I care.
Nobody cared.
I care.
No.
Walt
You're the
PW
only
number
one.
1 fan cares.
Hey, guess what? They still won the gold medal anyway. So nobody gives a shit.
Those are good picks. I would have bet like a lot of money that you had Ray Bork on there. And yeah, it's a good shout. Peter McNabb's a good one.
Moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, those are good. See, this is why I like this little segment, because it gives us a chance to kind of revisit. I do just want to throw one out there. Chris and I talked about this before the show. The Rick Jeanneret, who has just recently passed, so R.I.P. Rick Jeanneret, great announcer for the Sabres. The Mayday call, the Mayday.
Oh, yeah.
Mayday, he's done it. If you don't know it, go watch it, because it's like one of those, like, there's a handful of sports calls in the Hall of Fame. Like, I think about the soccer call, the Sergio Aguero Man City. Like, it's just one of those that's up there with that.
And also, get on anytime you have a standard goal call to, like, the Buffalo Sabres announcer going, Pat LaFontaine all the time. And love that. Love it.
Still to this day, one of my favorite goal calls, and it'll break Adam's heart, was when Dallas eliminated you guys a couple years ago with Kiviranta, and it was one of the Scandinavian calls, and all I can understand of it is Kiviranta, just the way he screams it. Oh, it's reminiscent of Benito.
Yeah, so those are moments. And
now,
last...
my defense of the Bork moment is, imagine
there was no
Chris'
opposition.
list. No. Imagine Chris's list for Ovechkin if Ovechkin did it in his last season playing.
Oh yeah.
how happy everyone was for Ovi getting it when he was still in his early 30s? Like, think about that.
Yeah.
I don't
Bork
think
got it when
anybody's
he was
arguing with you on Ray.
42.
I don't think anybody's arguing with you on Ray Bork.
Yeah. Well, just, you put money on it, so shut the hell up.
I just know you. I'm like, Adam's gonna say Ray Bork. Like, it's a given.
Amazing. Yeah, it's a great moment.
I'm gonna create a burner just to leave a comment on the YouTube video challenging Ray Bork.
Like, no. So on to our last bit of news. We got the PWHL. PWHL Professional Women's Hockey League is fully formed. Clubs all around.
Woo.
I know Adam and I were in the car with our fiancés last weekend on the way to some random ass mini golf course talking about PWHL. So I don't know. Have you guys picked the team out to support yet?
I'm down to 2.
I haven't yet. I'm excited to. I mean, I got to find out where that's going to be broadcast and how. I know a couple of years ago they did broadcast on Twitch, but I can't imagine that they're going to stick with that for very long.
I know they've got a lot of.
Been announced on a team yet?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I'm down to 2 teams. That's about it, and it's only for 2 players.
So I'll just kind of rattle off who we have. Also, I think the players basically, if you don't listen to Stu Dangle Podcast Network, listen to the Noxie and Cac show. They kind of talk about what to know. But they basically talked about the players kind of got what they wanted. They're actually getting paid. They have a good arena size. And it seems like broadcasting won't be an issue. NHL's on board with it too, so we should be good. But just to get an idea of where they're playing, we got Boston. We got Minneapolis, St. Paul, and New York City, which are the American teams. And then we've got Montreal, Toronto, and Ottawa as the Canadian teams.
You mentioned it last show about the NHL taking an interest in it. And tinfoil hat conspiracy theory here. That's going to be Bettman's last thing before he retires. Is watch the PWHL to build up, acquire him, and retire.
I like it.
It's the perfect Gary Bettman move. Make it look like he did something.
Well, for what it's worth, I did pick a team ahead of time. I did a little bit of research on who the players already have. I went with Minnesota. I like Lee Steckline's a really good player. Ken McCoy-Schofeld's a really good player. And they're slated to get the first overall pick, which is going to be Taylor Heiss this year. And collegiately, she's like on pace with what Bedard did. Like her stats are really good. Very fun player. And I think the reason is you want somebody immediately who you could root for out of the gate that's marketable. And I think if they can market one of their like younger players to be a superstar, they can really get in like what they do with Sarah. So I'm going Minnesota. That's who I'm going to support, and maybe I'll get a jersey. We'll see.
I would love to get a PWHL jersey once I decide who I want to put all my support into.
Oh yeah, my pick right now is I'm in between 2 teams. Once I find more information about they don't have team names yet, right?
Not yet. No, not yet. No logos
they
either.
They don't have team names or color schemes, and I'm not gonna lie, I hate to be that person, but I do kind of pick. If I pick a team, I do kind of pick off the color scheme a little bit. I've been
you judge a book
raised,
by its cover, okay?
Well, not necessarily. I go a little bit off of the vibe if I'm just picking a team. The first team I ever picked was the Rockies, but I was like 7. But I was born and raised an Avs fan, born and raised an Alabama fan, a Tampa Bay fan, and so the Rockies I picked, and I picked Everton for the Premier League. Here we are. But anyway, I'm between Boston and Montreal. Just because Boston has Hillary Knight right now, and because Montreal has Marie-Philippe Poulin, and that is it.
Oh, Megan Keller. Isn't there a current NHL player with the last name Keller?
Yeah, Clayton.
Keller.
I don't think there's any relation.
I don't think so.
If we find out what team Amanda Kessel goes to, it might sway my pick, depending on if she picks one of those 2 teams.
I feel like she would go to an American team.
Absolutely.
Where's
she goes Boston?
So I'm thinking either Boston or probably Minnesota, St. Paul. That's just.
I would say probably New York. She's still working for the Penguins, so I'd say probably wanted to stay near her office.
I guess that's maybe a fair pick.
Yeah, but with
Toronto
Boston,
be bad for that
I'm also tossing up with them because Boston is like my Eastern Conference soft spot team in the NHL. So All right. I could vibe with Boston for the PWHL.
Weren't most of these cities where the PHF had teams as well?
I just think they picked it because of marketability and in like population right now. Because if you look
Oh,
at their
yeah.
smallest market, their smallest market's Minneapolis, St. Paul, and that's not small at all. They have all the major sports teams in Minneapolis, St. Paul. So why not put the PWHL there right off the bat?
Yeah.
Boston's huge. They love their hockey. They love their Bruins. They're one of the top
Yeah.
teams right now. New York is New York.
Boston,
Toronto
New York
is the
follow that same thing
epicenter
where
of
they've all
hockey
got
everywhere.
they've all got major sports teams already there. And then Montreal,
Yeah.
Toronto, and Ottawa, again, they don't have NFL
It's your
teams.
three biggest Canadian cities, really.
Yeah.
Three of them. I don't know if they are the three biggest because I'm not Canadian. I don't have that knowledge.
But they're three big ones close enough to the three they've picked in the U.S. to not have to spend a whole lot of money on travel to make the games happen. So it's strategically the best three to pick. Yeah. I don't know. This is exciting. You know?
I like it.
So I was looking to find the players, but so if you saw me looking off to the side, that's why. But yeah, so PWHL should be great. Excited to finally have a kind of conglomerated league after the past like 10 years of infighting. So hopefully that gets going. It gets going well.
Yeah.
All right, you boys ready for some Puckdoku?
Let's do it.
Let's go for uniqueness under 50 and 9 for 9.
I would say the under 50 makes it attainable for me, so thank you.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you one right now because I remembered it being a really low percentage when I played this board. Top right corner, Marcel Dion.
What date is this from?
Sometime this week.
I gotta pull up my board. Hang on.
No, this was September 2nd, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have it right here.
Very nice.
Hey,
In those Kings uniforms.
That's a good one. That's better than mine was. All right,
I really want one of those Kings jerseys. Purple's my favorite color, which sometimes sucks as a Steelers fan because of Baltimore. But anywho.
Chris, you can go next. I'll go third.
Shit.
I have a penguin on my board for this one, so.
Yeah, I mean, most of the ones that I end up going for are going to be penguins.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I'm glad somebody does. Son of a bitch. I know there's got to be a senator that I can think of that's played for 5 teams. All right.
We're
going to try.
I respect it.
I know he's been around. There we go. And it's under 50.
I was going to recommend you throw him somewhere else on the board because he would have fit on one of the cross categories.
That's right. He was a ranger.
That's all right. We got backups.
Hey,
We're good.
You can find somebody else. It's all good.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go with bottom right.
All right.
You bitch.
Let me get Unger. Unger.
Oh, yep.
Gary Unger.
Gary Unger.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Where are you fitting Walt Podubny on here, Chris?
No,
I don't think you can. There is no Podubny Doku.
No Podubny Doku today. All right, but I will pay respect to the recently retired Michael Delzato in the middle.
That's a good
Ducks
show.
and Sens, Michael Delzato.
Good show.
That was another one when I saw it come up on Instagram. I was like, I gotta save this, remember it for later, and guess what I didn't do?
Yeah.
All right, so Chris, your pick.
No, you're second. Or do you want me just to take your place here?
I am second.
Yeah, you take second.
Ducks.
Your easiest one is probably Ducks with 1,000 games.
Yeah. There's a very
very
famous penguin that you could put down here.
I think that right now, even if you got their highest percentage one for 1,000 games played, it still wouldn't take us over the 50.
Yeah. Because I feel like Adam and I have a couple really good ones left in us, so I think you could probably.
I don't know. So who are some in 1,000 games played that you can think of in general, and we can filter it for you?
I mean, running down the list, the first one I thought of when you said a really famous penguin was going to be Yager, but I don't think he played in Anaheim.
You're thinking too talented. He's famous for a different reason. Yeah.
That's a nice way to put it.
For you being a new fan during the Cup run, he's famous.
Yeah.
That's the only hint I can give you.
Kessel hasn't played
Adam,
in
do you know who I'm talking about?
I don't think I know who you're talking about, but I know who I would put here, and he's not an all-time Duck, but I know that he was on the Ducks for a long time.
I'm gonna enter a name. It's not necessarily gonna be my final guess. I just want to see what time or when he started. Okay, that's a good amount of years. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, he would fit. He might be a high percentage.
Yeah, that's true. So we'll take him out. For
I would say conservatively, he's probably 20%.
Adam, there's a player I'm thinking of who played famously for the Ducks and who played for the Avs who got hurt with concussions. Did he hit 1,000?
It's not nearly.
Are you thinking of? Did he also play for the Penguins?
No, his last name is like an Asian country.
It's an Asian country. Who the
Initials
hell?
are PK.
Oh, I don't think he got 1,000. He never hit.
He was at like 950.
No, yeah, Paul Correa never did. No.
Who the hell played for the Ducks?
You're missing a really good one.
You're missing a couple.
Right,
a couple Hall of Famers, a couple of just good players in the NHL who will never be talked about again once they retire.
See, that's what sucks. Is again being a recent fan. Like
I
remember the Ducks being
find the journeyman guy.
There's a really popular one. We talked about this when you were looking for a Duck when we were playing before. There's a really popular one.
I mean, that's not enough years.
No,
that's not enough years.
No, not him.
He didn't play for the Ducks.
No,
that's what I was.
Do you need help from one of us? Do you want to phone a friend?
Maybe. If you guys want to make your next one, I'll
keep
thinking on it.
I'm thinking of a player. It's close to Phil Kessel, but his initials are RK.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Former Canuck.
I was gonna say he also played for the Canucks.
Kessler?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one S.
Adam, who are you thinking of before Kessler?
Who was I thinking of before? Oh, I always wanted to put Kessler here.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Chris, I had Matt Cullen there for 0.9%.
Ooh.
Disappointed in you not getting team dad Matt Cullen.
Oh, I forgot he played for the Ducks.
All right.
I remember I had to look him up a while back because of a jersey showing up somewhere.
Adam, was there a particular square you're angling for here?
I don't care.
Chris, is there a particular square you don't want?
The one that I'm trying to think of right now is going to be 5+ teams with the Islanders.
All right, I'll give you that one. Let me grab.
Chris, are you saying that as in you want that board, Lance? Do you want that board, or do you want a different spot?
That's the one I want. I'm going to try and get there.
Okay.
Real quick.
All right, I'll take the one that I know Chris doesn't want, which is the New York teams. Let me get Kevin Weeks, top left.
Nice.
I feel like I remember seeing that one in the Snapchat group. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, because I played him.
Gosh darn it.
Oh, I'm at the last square. All right, I gotta
look. You said it was top left?
Yeah, Kevin Weeks.
Kevin Weeks here.
Boom. All right, This is easy. You've got 32 to play with, so.
All right. I think I remember my answer when I went to play this board for middle left. Chris.
Middle left.
Middle left.
Files. Yeah.
His first name is skipping my mind for a second, but type in Cummins. It's Jim Cummins.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. 1%. Very nice.
All right, so you have quite literally 32 to play with because I only need 2%. So you have 30 to play with. I only need 2% for either guess.
An Islander who's played for 5 teams, a journeyman Islander.
I was gonna say start thinking up your pick, Chris, because I'm gonna need just a.
I've got them both,
seconds.
so you're good.
Or you can think of a Rangers and Sens.
That ain't happening. I already used that one.
I've got my very niche pick for that one, so if we need that one, I got it.
Oh man. Again, the one thing I hate about not having a deep history or a deep knowledge of hockey is that, again, I go off of what feels modern. And the New York Islanders roster right now, I was telling Chris about this before the show started. New York Islanders roster right now is so infuriating when you're trying to find players that played somewhere else because they're all like homegrown boys for the last 10 years.
This would have been a good one for you to use Brassard on.
Oh my god.
There's
a player that I played here, but I don't think he would know him.
And even some of the old ones, like I've looked at Clutterbuck, I've looked at Martin, 34 and 35.
He's not in the league anymore, and I think he had a family member. I always forget if they were related. Chris, you know who I'm going with already?
They've played nowhere but the island.
If I gave Lance the initials, I still don't think he would get it. I have OJ here.
Simpson?
OJ. What all teams has Varlamov played for? I know he played for Colorado.
Not enough. Varlamov didn't, I don't think, played for enough because Varlamov played for the Caps, the Avs, and only the Islanders.
Yeah. There's a player that I play constantly.
Oh, wait, I think I know a guy who might fit here. I think if he hasn't had 5 teams, he's at 4.
JG Pajot.
No. Sens. That's it.
I was thinking of a goalie.
Oh yeah, you're right. I know you're thinking of. Yeah, you're 100% right. He did.
No, now I'm thinking of a different goalie, like a different player than the OJ that I just said.
What goal are you?
I don't know. It's one you played before.
I have
He's still in the league.
Memory.
San Jose, Detroit, Islanders. Did he play for 5?
Because I played him for that in St. Louis.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take him.
Grace. Yeah. Adam, who was OJ?
Oh, well, 2 things. One, I was thinking Yaroslav Halak bottom left, and also OJ was Olli Jokinen.
He played for the Islanders?
Yeah.
Man.
All right. I'll take top here then. I'll just go with my guess. I'll go Alexander Daig.
What a guy.
Daigle.
He loves Alexander Daig.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alexander Daig. Yep. There he is. Boom. 25. We'll take that.
We'll take that 2-dub.
All right. So you give Adam and I a game and we'll play this.
All right. So I have the highest one with 13%.
Wait, Chris, are we going to do the thing that we said earlier that we're going to have a Puckdoku off where we are allowed to look them up and just get the lowest percentage possible?
Oh, yeah, I did like that. All right. I did like that.
So we need a timer then. So, Chris, you're going to give us a board. You're going to give us 5 minutes timed.
5 minutes? How about, 15?
Yeah, you guys, take as much as you need because I can always cut some of it out.
All right.
He can always cut it out.
All right.
How about 7 minutes? How do you need 15 minutes to look guys up?
So
I don't know. I could use Hockey DB and go through an entire team's roster forever.
The two of them bicker back and forth. For the people at home, the rules that I proposed were between the two of these two to see who can go 9 for 9 and get the lowest uniqueness score. And if we have to go even further with tiebreakers, is start looking at who has the most 0.0% players. So the reason I bring this up is, again, because over the last week and a half or 2, they've been sharing their Puckdokus back and forth, and it got to the point where each one had a Puckdoku of, 2?
We both had a 0
uniqueness.
one day.
Yeah, I was the first.
Oh, that's right. You both had uniqueness of 0, and they're going back and forth on who actually won.
Yeah.
It's the silliest thing, man. The silliest thing.
At one point, Adam and I were fighting because I played 2 emergency backup goalies as my
he played freaking
Scott Foster and David Ayers.
And David Ayers in a fucking board. What a bitch! And the thing is that really threw me off was that both of them were 0.8s. So that means that a couple hundred people actually remembered to put both of them there and knew it would work, and it was really funny to me.
Oh, here we go. This one's all teams. How do you guys feel about this one?
Okay.
It's a good mix of East
What
West.
day is this? Because I want to pull up my own board for this.
Yeah.
August 16th.
All right. Start the timer.
August 16th.
I think 7 minutes.
You'll
Can you
go
do
in
it in
this
7
one?
minutes?
All right,
Wait.
let me get
Oh,
Streamlabs
This is
back
my
up.
worst board. You can't give us anything other than this one? Are you kidding me?
Hey,
I think
you're
you
fine.
got it. You got it. All right.
Oh my God.
So
All right, whatever.
starting at 46 minutes. Go ahead.
Oh, I got a 0-0, buddy. You're fucked now.
I was fucked from the beginning because I don't know these teams.
Just
You
like
can let him
finish
go.
up the board.
You can go first if you want because it's gonna be a few for me.
Okay.
All right, let me mark the time quick. All right, welcome back, listeners. Adam is going to present first. Adam is pretty confident, so we'll see if Chris is able to shake him at the end of it. Let me clear my board. Y'all can see how great I am. Shout out Stefan Yell as Adam's pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason I don't try to compete with them.
You know the only reason I know
for
Stefan Yell?
uniqueness.
The only reason I know Stefan Yell is Avs Flames is because I knew he was on Colorado, and I remember a very early NHL game that I played. He was on the Flames, and that was the only reason I know Stefan Yell would have been there. But I didn't put him there. My board, top left, Todd Drury. It's either Todd or Ted. Ted Drury. There we go.
Right, starting off with strong point one.
Top middle, my 1%, Ron Hextall. Never played for the Avs, but he sure as hell played for the Nordiques.
By the way, last episode, you said your Dallas Stars was actually supposed to be the Minnesota North Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about putting that logo in, but because of where the box shows up to put in your player name, I was like, I'm not going back through and trying to fix that every time.
Nah, no worries. I was surprised that you even did it for the Hartford Whalers.
Yeah, that was easy enough.
Yeah. Anyway, top right, I've got LaCroix. I forget what his first name is because I was using Hockey TV. It's I think gonna be. Oh shit! When was it?
I think it's Pierre.
It's one of them. I'm gonna say it's either Pierre or Andre. I think it's Andre. It was Pierre then.
That's fine. Oh
no, it was Daniel. It was Daniel. My bad. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna go middle left. Dominicelli. Good luck. All right, I'm gonna just tell you how to spell his last name.
Yeah.
DOMENICH.
Oh, there it is.
Yep, Nat Dominicelli. Here I have Bouchard.
Was that a Hurricanes or Whalers?
That was a Whalers.
Yo.
I believe. Wait, ARD. I think it's based off of the photo. I think it's Dan. I think it's Dan Bouchard.
Nordiques one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Dan. Because on the phone version, you only get the last name, which really sucks.
Yeah.
Anyway, middle right, I have Huscroft. HUSCROFT. Jamie Huscroft. 0.0. Bottom left, I have Jensen.
Like Nick Jensen?
Something like that. JENSEN. And good luck. Steve Jensen. Nope, it wasn't Steve. Sorry, I don't remember their first name because on the mobile, it doesn't show me. It only has their last names. All right. It's an older player, so scroll down, I think. Chris Jensen.
Wanna try that one?
Yeah. Nick Jensen. No, it's not going to be Nick. Al Jensen. David. There it is. There's David. All right. Bottom middle, Scott Hannon. I only know this guy because he played for Colorado.
So Scott Hannon.
It's AN at the end. There you go, Scott Hannon. And then bottom right, I have Atkinson. I forget which one. I apologize.
Cam Atkinson.
Steve Atkinson. There it is.
That is
A
a uniqueness score
1%.
1. And we'll blame the not
Ron
9 for
Hextall.
9 on yeah.
Yeah, I
Things
really
being
wish
lost in
that
translation.
mobile. I really wish that mobile had the full name listed on the board because it would have been really easy just to rip them off, but they don't.
All right.
All right. Even though I absolutely hated this board, and I personally tried to not Google as much as I could. I had to Google 3 of them. So the rest of this is just general knowledge, but I went with Doug Crossman in the top left.
Yeah, don't ruin your score for us. We get to the end of it. You're trying to beat 1.
Jim Dowd.
What a shout.
I had to Google this guy, Westfall.
Ed Westfall.
Had to Google this guy, Stillman. I think it was Corey Stillman. Heard his name, never really put 2 and 2 together.
Okay, Riley Stillman is why I recognize the name.
Ooh,
Yeah, I lost. I'm aware. Brent Ashton.
what a shout. I've used this guy on a board before too, Brent Ashton.
Dickie Redmond.
Mickey?
Nah, Dick.
Okay.
I
There's a 0.
took. This is the only one. My game froze on me both times if you look this up. So I just went with Adam's guess, that Jensen guy, David Jensen, whatever, because I had just had nobody. So, and I was already at 2.
It was
David.
Yeah, it was
David
David.
Jensen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I went with Wilsey here. This is the third guy I had to Google. Wilsey. Not sure who he is. Brian Wilsey. Yeah.
There he is.
And then my last guy was Doug Mons. Mohns. Yeah.
what a guy.
Oh, so
I would like
close.
your rematch. No Google, please.
Adam,
A
how many,
rematch without looking anything up.
Adam,
Yeah.
how many zeros did you have?
Oh boy.
He won anyways because he had a higher uniqueness.
Yeah, but I'm
lower
curious
uniqueness.
how many zeros he had.
I had 4.
Okay. All right.
I would have had 4 if Brian Woolsey wasn't guessed by one other random person.
Yeah. Dude, I'll tell you right now, I don't know who the hell Brian Wilsley is, but good for him.
I mean, it looks
All
like
right, so Chris, give us any board you want, but no Google and 5 minutes.
All right.
any board.
I'm coming from my revenge. Listen, I can't Google that well, so.
You know what? Here we go. El Capitan birthday,
What day is this?
August 7th.
August
8/7.
Oh, you
8/7.
bitch.
And go ahead and start the clock now.
Oh, we're doing this board. Oh, great, terrific.
I don't think I'm going to do well on this board.
Can we just pick a different board?
Yeah, we can do that.
This board kind of sucks as well.
Yeah.
Too many like new age teams, and you get that one random original six.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, recipe for uniqueness score is a really broad category.
That's fine. What?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
I hate this board. Don't do
no,
fucking
not
do it.
gold, not gold.
No.
We're very choosy here, Beakin, of what board we
Yeah.
like. That's fine.
Oh,
Oh, perfect.
You
Excellent.
both good with that one with the penalty minutes?
What day
200
is
plus
this?
penalty minutes in a single season.
What day is it?
This is August 9th.
I don't like that.
I mean, you do
This is
have
gonna
some old
be-
franchises. You've got the Stars, though.
This is going to be one that screws me over.
All right. So this I'm going to go into my deep pocket of glossary terms.
Adam, do you want to change? Chris has already demanded at least one.
I demand this change. I hate the
right.
penalty minute stat.
Let me know that Adam demanded 2 changes. I demanded a change and never got it for that Google category. Let that be known. What day is this?
This is August 10th.
10th.
Okay, here
August
you go.
10th. That's fine. Is your percentage high right now? Because mine is not very low.
It's not that high considering games that we've had, but it's not that low either. Oh, no! I hit play again!
Oh. Oh.
I'm not
That's
playing
tough.
that board again. I'm not playing that board again. I had a 6.
Oh no!
I
You
put
would have won,
fucking
by the
Claude
way.
Lemieux. I put fucking Claude Lemieux in San Jose 200 plus goals, and it said 6, and I hit play again instead of view stats.
Oh,
You would have
no.
won.
I'm so fucking pissed.
In lieu of that, do you want to just play our board from today and have Chris put like a technical difficulties thing over it?
It's true. We're recording
have-
everything, so I can literally clip you being like, "No, I hit play again."
I am living
He's fucking
in
dead.
Spain minus the S.
Why don't we just play our board today and then call it a show? Because it's 11 o'clock.
I'm so fucking pissed.
All right, do you have your board from today?
Yes.
Yo, okay.
All right, Chris,
Okay.
cut me
I'll
back
get
in
right
about
on it.
5 seconds. I'll
No,
announce.
no, cut us back in immediately after I said no. I hit play again.
All right. So for those who are listening at
Yelling.
home, we had some technical difficulties. Adam and I had been playing a board for about 15 minutes, and Adam hit play again on his board and lost all of his stats. He would have won, but would have and did are two different things. So
Oh, trust me, I record everything.
I clicked on Claude Lemieux for San Jose 200 plus goals and hit play again instead of the X to view my stats, and it cleared my whole fucking board. I am so mad.
all right,
whole
so we're just
I
gonna
had
board.
Cucarasso on that board, by the way, as a 1%er.
Who?
we're just gonna briefly go through today's board.
Yeah, this is today's.
So you can just for you can clear. Adam, do you want to put yours up first? Or you want me to put mine up first?
You can put yours up first. I need to sit here for a second.
All right, you can play
So-
this one, Chris, for me.
Chris, I hit play again, right? That clears.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
your board.
you're supposed to mean to hit play again when you want to play it again.
All right, so I need Lee Stepniak.
At least on desktop, it gives you, that little confirmation window.
I need Nate Thompson.
So when you
Adam-
complete the board, though, it just pops up.
Adam
in
needs
general.
Banadville. I need Mark Savard.
I need a drink is what I need now. That pissed me off because I was
With
going
the
to
C.
win.
Yep.
Oh, man.
I need
Good shout.
I need Tony Herkich.
Yeah, that one there.
Yep. I need Bobby Dollars. D-O.
Yep, I saw the left.
Oh,
right.
if you put the board sideways, it has their full name. I'm stupid.
Oh, interesting. John Ogrodnik.
Shout out Peanuts of Flaherty.
Peanuts Authority. I need JJ Danielle. D-A-I-G. There you go. Jean-Jacques Danielle. Yeah, same thing.
There we are.
I need Trevor Gillies.
Gilly, that's a goalie, right?
Yep. No,
So-
Trevor Gillies, he's a player.
Oh, I thought.
You're thinking
Okay.
of John Gillies.
Yep.
And then I need Steve Thomas. That's my board.
Wait, did you just insinuate that goalies aren't players?
Oof.
Yes. Didn't insinuate. I know what I said.
Woo, uniqueness 3.
Yeah, hit the X instead of play again.
I will
Anyway,
say,
there's your board.
on handheld, if anybody that develops Puckdoku comes across this, on handheld, either a confirmation or like, I don't know, put it somewhere else. Because that's exactly where my thumb goes to once I win, is to play again. And I've gotten rid of so many decent boards because of it.
Anyway,
All right.
play again. That really hurt me. Anyway, top left, John Arbor. It wasn't Al Arbor. It was John Arbor.
Ow. Disappointing.
Yeah.
There he is. Adam's just a broken man now.
Yes, I am. Chris Kelly.
Oh, that's a good one. Chris Kelly's a good one.
Yeah. Love Chris Kelly. He's a good face-off guy. Top right, David Backus.
Yeah, when you played him today, I completely forgot he even had 200 goals.
Yeah. I forgot he played for Boston. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, Andre Benoit. Not related to our producer, Zach.
Not playing
Sound
Tony
like he is.
Herkach. Okay, I see how it is.
Yep. Andrew Agazzino.
There he is. I guess yeah.
He's
Good job.
He played for Pittsburgh, right? No, I must be thinking Anthony Angelo. All right,
Yeah.
move on.
Anton Stastny.
That's definitely not a real person.
Yeah, it is. He's Peter Stastny's fucking brother, my guy.
With 1%, he's more real
Yeah.
than John Arbor.
Yeah, literally. Anyway, Ray Ferraro. What a man. Colorado Avalanche coaching legend Joe Sacco. I hate this man, but I remembered that he played here. Joe Sacco, CCO. Yep. And then Wendell Clark had a cup of coffee for the Islanders. 1L in Wendell.
1L and Wendell.
Yeah. Wendell Clark.
Wendell Clark. And we
There it
tied,
is.
but I think you had more zeros today, didn't you?
Yeah, we call our tiebreakers in the event of them more zeros. Or
Adam and
I didn't have, I had a 0-0, but I think you gave it to me because I had 3 guys at 1% as opposed to a guy at 2%.
I think he was going to give it to you because
Adam and I have
it was Al
we have
Arbor.
a running theory that both of us are like a top 0.1% Puckdoku player, and this is why. Well,
Yeah.
that will do our show today. We hope you enjoyed a little bit different show. Hopefully, we're back next week with some real news. We're getting closer to training camp. Thank you all for joining us today, and well, as they say in Italy, arrivederci e addio.
Watch that play again button.